Welcome to another video from OutdoorRoomIdeas.com. How to make your own wooden tabletop wooden wine rack. This is a very simple process and will take a couple hours of your time. We'll go over the steps I use to make this tabletop wine rack and make sure that you can make your own for your. What type of wood would work for you? I prefer to start out with oak. It's expensive, but it has no knots. You can go to the lower price of getting some knotty pine. It has character. Or you can just get a kind of a press wood and get it painted when you get finished with it. It has no texture. For the size of the wood, I like to get what they call 1x6. It's actually 3/4 inch thick, and I cut it around 10 inches long. And it's usually 5.5 inches wide, not the normal 1x6. Tools I use, power tools. I use a drill, 2 bits, the 1 1/8 and 3/4. I used a jigsaw with a good wood cutting blade, and a palm sander with 60 and 120 grit paper, and a router to round the edges. I used a table router. Marking my pattern on the wood. If you have a template, it's easy, but if you don't, you need to mark a center line to make sure your holes are straight. And you need to mark all the circles, and then you draw a pattern on the outside. You have no knot holes where you're going to right next to where you're going to drill, or these will cause you a problem. And rough mark your pattern where you don't want it. And I used a template of a dinner plate. And you drill out the holes on each end of a 3/4 inch bit, and drill out the middle hole of 1 1/8 inch. And then you use, make sure the center line goes through the holes so your thing will sit level. Use a jigsaw to cut out the perimeter of a rough cut. So I got pointy ends. And you use cut out the little pie shape at the end. And I use the palm sander with 60 grit paper to finish my smoothing out the edges and rounding out the corners and making it smooth. And then I use a router to route out the woods and give it a good finish. Only do one side at a time. I routed the 3 holes first, just go around in a circle real quick, and then run the perimeter, and then make sure the router bit will go through the ends, because if you don't, I've seen ones where the glass stems won't fit in, and most of them are about the size of the tip of the router bit. So if it goes through, the stem should go through. And turn the rack over and complete the same steps on the other side. And the final sanding here, I take 120 grit paper on my palm sander, and I go over the whole perimeter and both faces to prep it for paint, stain, or whatever you're going to do with it, or just leave it finished like that. But I make sure that it's smooth. Adding a finish. Well, you can do a lot of things with this, adding a finish. I like to leave the oak, tempered oak, just plain, and then I got the pine, I stained in pecan, and then I painted some. So you can finish this any kind you want. Please subscribe to my channel for receive my latest videos, and visit my site at OutdoorRoomIdeas.com for more details on things that I do or I get for your patio. Visit my YouTube channel for more outdoor room ideas for your patio furniture and decor needs. And thanks for watching my video, and see you next time.